What's up, guys? So I was doing all my invoicing for my medical commodities business, organizing all my boxes of diabetic test strips, and all of a sudden I get an email notification saying that my eBay account has been restricted, has been suspended. And so I was like, what? So, I look into it and I find out that all three of my eBay stores, in fact, have been suspended. I have three eBay stores. And so immediately kind of like, oh my gosh, freaking out a little bit because one eBay store is dedicated strictly to drop shipping. The second one is where I sell I sell most of my medical commodities to a private wholesaler, but the stuff that they won't buy I do sell on eBay, and so I do sell quite a bit of stuff on eBay. And then the third store is just kind of like an experimental store where I just sell random stuff and practice drop shipping techniques and things like that. Just kind of a small store. But I find out that all three of my stores are suspended because they're all I guess they can tell that I'm the creator of them and everything. And I know that this can happen. I have quite a few friends. I have several friends who have had six-figure businesses with eBay drop shipping, and all of a sudden overnight lost their business due to eBay closing down their account and suspending their store, and some of them got their account suspended indefinitely, completely closed down, lost very successful businesses. And I do have friends also that has happened to, that they were able to get their account reinstated. So this is a very real thing that I'm dealing with right now. So that's why I want to share this with you guys. Be open, honest, transparent. Share with you guys about what I'm dealing with, and how I plan to handle this and deal with this situation, this adversity that has come up. So I am pretty confident that this situation has come up due to my drop shipping, not due to my medical commodities business, but due to my drop shipping, because eBay more and more over the years has kind of frowned upon drop shipping. They still allow it, but they kind of put a blind eye to it. But obviously tons of people on eBay still do drop shipping. My mentor, who does over $250,000 a month in sales, still eBay drop shipping. I have lots of friends who have massive business on eBay drop shipping, but eBay kind of frowns at drop shipping a little bit. It is allowed, but you just gotta you gotta really do your business by the books. Have good customer reviews, good customer service. And just do a good job. And as long as you do a good job following all the ethics of the business and taking care of your customers, handling returns, different things like that, then they'll allow you to get by with your drop shipping. Like I have now. I've been drop shipping with eBay for about a year and a half. But my store is growing, and it's growing more and more. And so I feel like it was inevitable that eventually my account was gonna bring up some attention, since this year I've been hitting about the $50,000 a month mark, drop shipping on eBay. And so my thoughts on what this situation is due to my eBay drop shipping, that somehow in their algorithm, or maybe an account specialist, maybe they analyze the account from time to time and they have suspicion that I'm drop shipping. And so in the email, they're asking me to send over an identification verifying who I am, my identity, and bank statement, and also proof of receipts of where I purchased the items. So I called up eBay, and nothing really I can do. I just kind of got to wait the 72 hours until they, can take up the 72 hours, they said, until I can get a response. And so it's kind of a little freaky, because it's like, my businesses, are on the line. And so I want to share with you my thoughts on how I'm going to handle this and all the, the full 9 yards. So I've been an entrepreneur for most of my life now, and in business, you got to be used to adversity. I mean, there's always going to be obstacles coming up. In life, the only constant is change. Things are always happening. Nothing is ever the same. I mean, it doesn't matter how big and successful your business or company it is. It's never too big to fail. Just look at companies like Blockbuster that practically went under overnight, and Kodak, many other companies throughout history that were massive. Everybody thought they'd never go anywhere, and now they're just yesterday's news. And so what I want to say about this is, number one, to stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm, not let this affect my emotions, still just proceeding with life as is, and I'm just immediately taking action on what they requested of me. My VA, my virtual assistant, my head VA, my head virtual assistant is freaking out, but I understand him. This is my income I'm paying him is his livelihood. His family depends on that income. So he's nervous, about our store having any issues because, he's the head VA for the business, for the dropshipping business. So, but me, I'm not that nervous and I'm not that upset. A couple of reasons why. One, I know that I still have a fighting chance. And I have, like I said, I have quite a few friends who've gone through this. And they were able to get their accounts reinstated, even though they were drop shippers. I might have to just put in some work. I might have to keep calling up eBay, talking to different people, sending them over information, whatever, telling them that I'm going to comply more with this policy, telling them whatever they want to hear, and whatever it takes to get my account reinstated. I know it can be done because I have a handful of friends who this same thing has happened to, and that they were able to get their accounts reinstated. In fact, the only friend that I have that ever got their account shut down completely and didn't get it reinstated was because they didn't put in the effort to get it reinstated. They just threw up their hands completely. They were so upset with eBay for them doing this that they just changed careers. They were like, you know what, I'm done with this. And but all my other friends who this has happened to, some of them it took a while. Some of them immediately were able to get their accounts reinstated, and others it took many months until they were able to get their accounts reinstated. But they all were able to get their accounts reinstated. So that's why I know that, hey, as long as I keep complying and keep trying, then I have a good chance of getting my accounts reinstated. And I never really did anything illegal. I know that. I've always done everything by the books, and so they're a company that I've worked with for a while, and all kinds of situations come up, and I know that they're a forgiving company. So whatever the situation is, if they don't like something in my drop shipping practice, worst case scenario, I just have to stop drop shipping with eBay. But I'm quite confident they'll at least bring my stores back so I can still sell stuff. That way I can continue selling other products and things like that. Like I said, I'm not even concerned about it. I'm very confident that worst case scenario, the worst case scenario what I see happen is just that my eBay drop shipping business can't continue, but my accounts will still get reinstated so that I'll still be able to sell all my other products that I flip on there. Now, if that happened, if the worst case scenario happened and I'm no longer allowed to drop ship on eBay, guess what? There's still plenty of other platforms that I can dropship on. I would just start hitting it hard on Amazon. I have lots of friends that do drop shipping on Amazon. I've been about to start for a while. I've just been so busy, been kind of putting it off, but I'm about to start hitting drop shipping hard on Amazon. Also Shopify. You can drop ship on Shopify, and there's quite a few other sites as well that you can drop ship on. And some of them I've heard are potentially even better, better profit and easier and simpler. So there's always a way when you're committed. Now, this is also why I have multiple streams of income. I have multiple businesses. So one of my other friends, he got that same email, so he's kind of freaking out because this is his primary source of income. For me, it's not. If you guys follow me, I got a very successful, notary business, a wedding business, my medical commodities business. I coach people on YouTube. I make, affiliate money and YouTube money. So it's okay. Even if I lost the dropshipping business, I'd be fine. It's okay. That's why I think having multiple streams of income is good. Because that way, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And that way, no matter whatever happens, I can sleep at night knowing that, hey, you know what, I got backup. So in my opinion, I feel it's always a good thing to have multiple streams of income, not put all your eggs in one basket. But also as an entrepreneur, you got to understand that something my mentor one time taught me is that an entrepreneur always creates more. So a true entrepreneur doesn't just throw in the towel. When adversity comes your way, you got to be willing to deal with it, to overcome it, whatever happens. That just calm your emotions down, and just think about what is the most effective course of action that you can take, and know that you can only do what you can only do. You can only do so much, and then there are things that are out of your control. And if it's out of your control, not to freak out about it. What the only constant is life is change. So there's always things that are going to be happening. I have a lot to be grateful for. There's so many other business opportunities out there that I've had to start over in my life so many times. I've been completely broke and I've been successful and then broke, successful, broke, multiple times in my young life that I'm not worried about anymore because, I've already been there, done that, bought the t-shirt a couple of times. And so even, no matter what happens, I know that I will survive. I know that I'm a fighter, and I know I'm very creative, and I know I'm a hard worker, I'm very driven and motivated, and I know that I'm the type of person that'll always do whatever it takes to, dig myself out of, whatever ditch happens. And that's just it. As an entrepreneur, I think that's what kind of separates the people that become successful in life versus the others that don't, is that, entrepreneurs, they just keep going and they keep trying. I remember I heard one time a statistic about that, the majority of millionaires, the majority of them percentage-wise have filed bankruptcy at least once in their life. That shows that, even though they filed bankrupt and they went bankrupt, they still kept going and making, and becoming successful. So failure is a part of the process. But the only guaranteed way to never succeed is to never put yourself out there and to never try, like a lot of people do. A lot of people don't even start because they're so afraid of failure. But from every failure, there's always lessons to be learned. There's always value, and you can't fear it. You gotta enjoy the process. Be grateful for the situation, whatever happens. Be grateful for it. And just know that nothing's permanent and everything is constant. And as an entrepreneur, you always got to be willing to evolve, adapt, implement, overcome, and change. And I think that's one of the biggest things with a lot of businesses as well, is the reason why they go under is because they're not willing to evolve with the times, change, and adapt and do what's necessary. For example, like Blockbuster, that's why they went under. They had the chance to team up with Redbox and Netflix, but they laughed at those opportunities, and sure enough, within 12 months, they were like closing their doors. And so, you always got to be willing to change and adapt with the times. So whatever I got to do to adapt with the times and deal with this adversity that's in front of me, I'll do it. If it means that I have to start drop shipping on a more drop shipper friendly platform like Amazon or Shopify or whatever, then that's fine. Or maybe I'll just, cut that business out completely and just focus even harder on my other businesses to make more money, or replace that business with another different opportunity. There's so many business opportunities out there and ways to make money online. It's not even funny. I mean, abundance is all around us. It's just about being creative, and it's most importantly about, picking something and then sticking with it. And knowing that there are going to be bumps in the road and obstacles, but whatever happens, as an entrepreneur always creates more. So I'm not losing sleep over this. I'm fine. Whatever happens, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I'll let you know what the outcome of this is. And my thoughts are that, everything will be fine. My eBay stores will get put back in place, and I'll get to continue drop shipping. That's my confidence. I feel that everything's going to be fine. I'll be able to continue drop shipping, selling everything, because I know that, I do things legitimately. I'm not pulling any scams or anything like that. So I think once they are able to verify that, then everything will be fine. But worst case scenario, it's all good too. Either way, it's all good. Worst case scenario, I go take my efforts in business to Amazon or Shopify and start crushing it over there. And behind every closed door, every closed door is opens up a new door and a new opportunity. That's one thing that I wouldn't be in the medical commodities business or eBay drop shipping or flipping, or even having this YouTube channel if it wasn't for one of the biggest business adversity and failures of my life that happened right at the beginning of 2018, which, will be for another YouTube video going to that. But as one of the biggest business failures of my life, completely wiped me out. But because I was so financially destitute, it pushed me to look for other ways to make money online, and that's how I got into drop shipping, flipping phones, and then eventually flipping diabetic test strips, and then starting this channel. So all that wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for that big massive failure. So that's why I always kind of see failure as the beginning, because from every failure is going to grow, is going to be the birth of new opportunities and new things. You just got to be willing to accept and receive whatever the life and the universe is going to be throwing your way. But most importantly, stay calm, have that never give up attitude, be willing to fight, and and again, stay calm. I think that's critical. Don't freak out, and be appreciative and grateful, and and guess what? This too shall pass. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know what happens. And until next time, guys, have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.